taking his booger with my fingers.
Like with your bare finger?
With my bare fingers and not a glove.
Yeah. You definitely said you weren't going to do that. Dimitri said before we had Jazz, he said that he would only wear a mask while changing his diaper for the scent, wear gloves, and he used to. Like when we first brought Jazz home from the hospital, the changing table was set up with disposable gloves and masks because Dimitri was wearing them to change him every single time. Welcome to Seriously Selfish. I'm your host, Amanda Talajan. Welcome back to Seriously Selfish. Today we're here with...
the one and only, Dimitri.
Who needs no introduction because he will introduce himself. So glad to be sitting down with you again.
Me too.
It's been a minute.
Since we sat down together.
And talked.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Where are you at? How are you feeling? What's going on with you this week?
I'm feeling like $1 million.
Wow.
I just got a new haircut.
You did?
So that, that's kind of... ambiguous feelings about it because you told me that I'm losing my hair here because I got them a little bit longer than usual just because I thought I would be able to cover the calvitie that's upon me, and you told me that I'm losing them over there. I gave my notice at work, feeling amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to take it back to the haircut just for a second.
Of course.
Yesterday, we were at the pool. He looks at me. He said, "You didn't say anything about my haircut." I said, "Your haircut looks great." And then we move on with our lives. Then we're sitting in chairs, and he's like, my hair, I left it longer on top. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you really think? Pressing me, okay? I already told you it looked nice. He said, "Be honest." Okay, you want me to be honest? I'm going to tell you. You're balding. Your hair's falling out. It's a little thin on top. When you leave it long, it does that weird thing where it kind of separates, and I think it shows emphasis towards the balding. Now it's styled. You look great. You look super handsome. I very much like your hair. But when it's not styled, it doesn't. And you asked. You pressed.
Never fails to remember me that I'm losing my hair.
I never fail to remind you?
Yeah, remind me.
Well, you asked me like how whatever looks, and so I'm going to be honest about it.
You never fail me. No.
You never fail to remind me.
You never fail to remind me that I am losing my hair. Although, they're still here.
I know they're still here. I think your hair looks great. Do you know what I think of when I think of you sometimes? Back in the 90s, early 2000s, there used to be this infomercial with this like spray can where they would like spray it on the guy's head.
Oh, that's not nice.
Dimitri, it's true. Do you remember those infomercials where they'd be like, shh, and it would like kind of like color the hair in? Oh, now your feelings are hurt.
Moving on.
I lost all my hair before.
That's true, but they're back. They're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm great too. Thank you so much.
I was going to ask,
fine.
Okay, stop doing that thing. I was going to ask, how is your week going, Amanda?
My week's going okay. Like, in all honesty, I totally threw my neck out because I went on a moon bounce with Jazz, and like, it's just not for me, It's just not the life for me. I try and do these things with him, and in the moment, I go so hard in the paint. And then I realize very quickly that I can't do that. All right. He's way stronger than me. And I don't think that my 34-year-old body should be flying down high surfaces anymore in that capacity. But other than that, everything's fine. I mean, I personally feel like I'm loving life because Jazz is actually saying so many words. And it's my favorite thing right now. That's my favorite thing right now. Like randomly he'll walk by something and he'll be like, bathing suit. And I'm like, what? You know that word? It's crazy.
It's absolutely insane.
His new favorite thing to say is here. So he'll be like, I'll be like, where? He goes, here. Where does it hurt? Here. Everything here. Or he said, what's that? And I was like, what? But then he won't say it again. Because then I asked him like before about his bathing suit. I'm like, what did you say this was? And he's like, I'm like, oh. So it's just kind of like a little game, Like randomly it's just like a word so clear, and then you never know when you're going to hear that word again. But it's very fun. That little dancing frog, do you remember that cartoon?
No.
It was Looney Tunes, Where like when everybody was watching, the frog would be like ribbit, ribbit, and then when people would look away, it would like put on a little dancing hat and be like dun, 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 dun. That's Jazz right now. I feel like he can, but he chooses not to, and it's very funny. I wanted to ask you something. I think that it would be really funny to go through some things that you said you wouldn't do before you became a parent that now you do.
I mean,
like for both of us, we go through. What are some things you said you wouldn't do before you became a parent that you most definitely do?
There are so many things.
Hit me with some.
Well, I'll piggyback on my first solo episode and going to the beach with my child. Something I thought I would never do. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh yeah, taking his booger with my fingers.
Like with your bare finger?
With my bare fingers and not a glove.
Yeah. You definitely said you weren't going to do that. Dimitri said before we had Jazz, he said that he would only wear a mask while changing his diaper for the scent, wear gloves, and he used to. Like when we first brought Jazz home from the hospital, the changing table was set up with disposable gloves and masks because Dimitri was wearing them to change him every single time. And it's so funny to me that you were doing that then when newborn poop is like not a big deal whatsoever. It actually hardly smells. It's just like nothingness, and it's pretty much just water. Now
I'll change him with my bare hands.
No, and not only that, but like where we are now in the poop journey, I mean, like you just imagine it's a tiny human who's eating all the same things that you are, so it's pretty much would be like us wiping each other's asses.
I know, but I just needed to get accustomed to.
I know, but it's just so
protected.
Funny. But he would say this all the time. He'd be like, I will never do that. I'll never pick his boogers with my fingers. I'll never. And I'd be like, yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. And here he is. Sometimes he's holding Jazz, or Jazz is running away. He's like, oh, here, come here. And he gets the booger. And he said to me one time, actually, this is probably one of the funniest things you ever said to me in parenthood, where you were like, I'm so jealous you have those nails. You can really get in there.
That is so true.
I was like, wow. What else? What else did you say?
What else?
Kissing on the lips.
Kissing on the lips.
Said he would never kiss on the lips.
And look, he doesn't even want to now.
Kiss you on the lips?
He's always giving me the cheek, and I'm like, oh, I already miss it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
it's true. It's true. He said he would never kiss on the lips. And then when, you know, they start giving you kisses, they're always kissing you on your lips. And then you get used to it. And now Jazz does this thing where when he gives us a kiss, he turns his head to the side and he goes, like a cheek kiss. It's very cute. He'll kiss me on the lips, though. Yeah. He does. Are you jealous?
Yeah, I am a little bit jealous about that. But it is what it is. I'm his dad. It's normal. It's nice. That's what
I think he learned it from you.
Good thing. Oh yeah, like eating his food off his plate that he touched and like manipulated, you know, and like things get sweaty, and I'm like, I don't care. Like I would never thought I would do that. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of wasting food. Plus, it kind of looks good, chopped up and everything, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one.
One for me was that I was convinced... Oh, this is so bad. Everything I say is just in naivety, okay? Don't take offense, all right? I was like, I don't understand people who only feed their kids like chicken nuggets or like pouches or like give them cake pops. Like it's just being lazy. Like I perceived it as being lazy, and I'm like, if they never see it, if they never have access to it, then they'll never know about it, and I'll never give it to them. I really didn't understand that they see everything and they're going to socialize with other children at the park, at daycare, at whatever, and they're going to see stuff and then be asking for it. And I think that actually if I really wanted to lean into that, I could have gone a little bit further without him eating certain things. But now at this age, like, cool, what would have been the point? That's also what I think to myself. Like, he's 2, he comes home every day and he asks for ice cream. Like, he started asking for ice cream before he ever even had ice cream. Where the fuck did he learn what ice cream is? Who taught him what ice cream is? Who gave him ice cream? I don't know. But that's also the thing too. You can't control everybody. Probably my parents. But like, who cares? Who actually cares? And now, like, sometimes he'll be eating dinner and he'll ask for ice cream, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'll put ice cream in a bowl next to his food, and he'll eat the ice cream and he'll eat his food at the same time. But I had this like thing in my head where I'm like, we're not doing that. We're not giving him food like that. We're not. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
I think it's great the way we started. I think we did great. We exposed him to all the foods we could.
Oh yeah, I don't regret
then,
how we started our feeding journey.
like, and now we're like, can't continue doing that. It's not sustainable. Mm-mm. But also, he's been exposed to the food. He's eating everything.
True.
It's all about not having a kid that's now 10 years old and hate tomatoes and spinach and only eats chicken nuggets,
Yeah, but it also depends on the kid, because
True.
I grew up in a house where we ate well-balanced meals all the time. My mom cooked everything, and one of my sisters literally never ate any vegetables. She hated tomatoes, cheese, and lettuce. That's her preference. We all ate it, but like she hated it. So you can't really say. They may just have aversions to things, or they may have like a texture thing that's like problem too. Like it doesn't matter. Sometimes they just decide, and you don't know how it tastes. You know how like some people love cilantro and some people don't? Like some people's taste buds are just different, and some kids don't grow into their taste buds until
you're right,
like
now
a certain amount of time. Also, what I realized actually when it comes to food is anything you don't want that child to eat, anything you're going to be like, we're not doing processed this, that, or whatever, you better walk that same line. I'm sorry. For me, I love a chip. Okay, I'm going to eat a chip. And if I'm going to eat a chip, he's going to eat a fucking chip. There's no way you're eating something in front of them that they can't have, because they're going to scream, cry, and beg for it. And in all honesty, like, do you really think it's cool to be like, I can have it, but you can't? I don't personally, because I don't think I'm better than him. But if you really want to walk that line, then you better get all that shit out of your house, and you better not eat it. And when you go to a picnic, you better pack your own lunch. Like, it's like, what are you going to do? You can't live life. Like, we go to picnics, they have hot dogs and burgers and like all kinds of crazy shit. It's like, what are we going to say? Like, don't look, we're not eating it. But like, yeah, it doesn't work like that. You disagree?
I agree, but I disagree because America is so fucked up on the food thing, man.
Well, yeah, but that's
like
different.
the way people indulge in America is so different than it is in Europe.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be more careful here than you would be in France.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like
with what's in the food and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you guys gather and it's hot dog and and burgers,
yeah.
Right? In France, you gather and it's like healthy cold cuts, butter and baguettes. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's essentially better in terms of like calorie and stuff like that, but it is.
Well, the ingredients are more pure, the way that it's sourced is more pure, but that's kind of the whole point, is like, then
American cheese, everything's like kind of
I agree.
What's the word?
I agree with you, but I'm just saying that, like, but what's the point? Because what are you going to not take them to a picnic? That's kind of what I'm saying, is that you can't.
No,
they
you just
can't
have to
be
move
around
out of
it.
America.
Huh? Safe travels. Safe travels, Dimitri.
Wait, let's have another kid. I keep one, you keep one.
Like Parent Trap?
Yeah.
What else? Any more
stuff that I wouldn't do?
I mean, for me, a lot of it's like mom stuff, like, oh, that I was going to breastfeed for so long, and like all of these kind of things, just like these preconceived notions that I had that things would be easy. It ultimately comes down to the fact that I thought it would be way easier than it was. I thought that things would be very smooth. I really believed everything that everybody told me. Like when I would talk to one person and they'd be like, oh, I did things this way, I'd be like, oh, okay, so if you did it that way, then I can do it that way. I did not have any scope or understanding for the fact that just because like every single journey is unique, certain things in your experience as a parent will overlap with somebody else's, but on average, the most common thing that's going to happen is that it's going to be entirely unique on its own, and somebody else is going to find parallels to you. But I think it's so rare to actually look at someone and be like, oh my God, me too. Oh my God, me too. Me too. Me too. And my friend who's pregnant right now with her first, I keep telling her, I'm like, it doesn't matter what happened to me. It doesn't matter what happened to me. You can make certain decisions now. You can decide some things now and like have a game plan. I think that's so great and super healthy and good for your mental health to walk into something with a game plan. Yeah. But just be open to then what actually happens, because this isn't a robot. This isn't a job. This is a human being. So much will be determined by their disposition and what they need to. But I think I really thought it would be easier because of that, because so many people told me what they did. And I'm like, look, I have all these people around me who did all of these things, and I'll just like pull from this pool of information, when the truth is like, no, bitch, you have to go out there, find your own information, like your kid, this, that, blah, 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 whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So it's like very unique. But these like staple things, no screen time, no processed food, blah, 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 blah.
Processed food. That was the word.
Processed food was the word you were looking for.
It's always easier to kind of criticize things from the outside before you leave them.
100%.
And then once you're in there, you're like, oh yeah, I mean, sure, I could do it, but then I don't have a life or this or that. Like, it's always...
Or you just literally can't.
You just can't.
You start to realize why people do things the way that they do, like, over time. And then you find your own way. And there's things that you choose, you're hard. Yeah. I like, and think in that way you do, like, in certain aspects.
And the key is just not to fall into, like, too deep into this kind of, not let it become a pattern.
Yes.
And just, like, still, doing some hard stuff and understanding, recognizing when you're in deficit and you're like, okay, I need to like do what's best for me now. And he's gonna be happy with the nuggets.
Right. There are some things that I said I was gonna do that I have done and like really leaned into doing, but none of them are
like what?
Like I always knew that I would sleep train. I always knew that was something that was going to be for us, just because I read, both sides, and I thought it was very beneficial to teach him how to sleep and what was going to work for our lifestyle with going back to work and all of those kind of things. I said I would pump from the beginning. I did do that, and I'm really glad that I did like commit to that because it did give us almost a year's supply of milk for him even after I stopped. What else? I always said that I would be very strong with my boundaries with him. Like before I even got pregnant, I would be like, I'll always be very strong with my boundaries with my kid. And I think that I still do that. I did that from the beginning and I do it now. Like very much in the beginning, it was learning like what my boundaries are, what's important to me, what's not, like all these kind of things. But now, like at this phase, I'm really in full effect with that, where if I make you something to eat and now I'm eating the same thing, but you want mine instead of yours, like there are a lot of times where I'll look at him and be like, no, this is mine. That's yours. They're the same. We can cheers, we can whatever, but like you're not eating my food when I've provided you the same one just because you want mine. The reason why isn't because I care if he eats my food or not. I don't really give a shit. And like, of course I share my food with him and all that kind of stuff. But like, that's just one example I can think of where there's like a hard line for me, because I think that one of the best gifts in life is to have boundaries as a human being and to know what your boundaries are. It allows you to not have resentment in your life. It allows you to give openly and honestly and be very, very much true to yourself, because you know what your line is at all times. You know what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, and you know how to show people how to show up for you and teach people how to treat you. And you get into situations where you are more joyful overall. I feel like some of the happiest people I know are people who know what their boundaries are. They know when to say no, they know when to not go, all of that kind of stuff. Something I learned a lot later in life. I didn't have boundaries. I didn't grow up learning what boundaries are. I really was a people pleaser, and I think it creates for you to lose yourself before you found yourself. And so that's something for him that I really want. And so also for him, it goes both ways. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like, it's never like, give me a hug. It's like, do you want to give me a hug? Do you want to give me a kiss? Do you want me to play with you? Do you want to this, that, or whatever? Obviously, it's complicated because at the same time, we're teaching him your turn, my turn, sharing and all of that kind of stuff. But I try and very much respect, like when he's doing something that's harmless, like that's yours and you're allowed to do that and you're allowed to play that way. If you're not having fun somewhere, let's leave. Like leaning into him, understanding that he does have some sort of authority in a way over himself. You know what I mean? Which, I say that lightly because he's 2.
I can tell you one thing. The whole singing kids songs and like saying things like good job Jazz and using a voice like that, I never thought I would do. I thought I was gonna be just me. I thought I was gonna talk to him like he's already fucking 21 years old. I thought I would not have to do this corny ass voice that I have when I celebrate him, I'm trying to talk to him or whatever. And I'm doing it because, that's what you do. I always found it, and I'm sorry, okay? I don't mean to offend anybody in here. I just always found it cringe when parents be like, oh, and what did you want to do next? Good job. I fucking hated it. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna be like, oh, good job, buddy. Let's go now. Like, you know, I don't know. And now I've found myself like, yeah, you got to level with him. And oh, 1 second.
Oh, you got a cramp?
Oh, I have a cramp.
So you get from making fun of people. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, moms. What's cringe is to think you're too cool to level with your child.
Yeah.
You know, like I understand, and I guess I was a little bit of a dickhead, but
I think we're all dicks.
You know,
before
now I
we
get
have
it,
kids, and then
like,
it humbles the shit out of you.
Yeah, it does. I think if I was a CIA operators and I was like roasting somebody.
A what?
CIA operator.
CIA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not.
And roasting somebody?
And what'd you say? What'd you call it?
Interrogating?
Interrogating or torturing somebody.
Oh my God.
I would not put like heavy metal for 24 hours. You know how they blast heavy metal? I would put Miss Rachel on repeat for 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the worst thing you can do to a human being.
Is Miss Rachel?
Miss Rachel.
See, I would put a baby crying. I feel like that's the worst. That incessant crying.
Miss Rachel, number one.
Miss Rachel's an angel.
God bless her heart.
Yes.
Just the overall attitude that I have towards parenthood has completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just so much that I'm willing to try, to do, to concede.
Yeah. Because
I think I've looked at things before he arrived, or even when he was there at the beginning, from a very selfish lens, you know?
Yes.
Almost like too self-conscious lens.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I don't give a fuck about anything but him being happy and thriving, you know? So
totally.
Whatever it is whatever that means, I have to do it. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's so real and such facts. I actually don't think that. I think it is selfish, but it's actually not. It's just like where you are then. This is like the bottom line for me when it comes to like pre-child, post-child. All the things you think before, some of them you may do it, some of it may be true, some you may like hold to and like good for you. I love that. I have some too. But at the end of the day, recognizing that like who you are, what you see, the way you view the world before you have that child is never going to be the same after. Like, and it's not because you're dumb. Like, I see videos all the time of people posting like things I'll never do when I'm a parent. And I hee ha ha because I was there too and I get that, but I'm never like, who's going to tell her? Like, good for you. Believe that. And also, that's very real to you right now. Just like everything I said before I had Jazz was very real to me. I believed that shit, okay? Just like I believed when I was pregnant that I would never eat any junk food. Bitch, I was addicted to Burger King and Dr. Pepper. No, and I didn't give a fuck, okay? Because I needed it. We needed it. He needed it. Till you live it, you can't know. And the most important thing is just to like freaking laugh at yourself after. So yes, we were so selfish before. That's the thing. I look back before, and I know this podcast is called Seriously Selfish because being selfish is an amazing thing. And prioritizing yourself is a very important thing to you being the best version of yourself. But you are so deeply self-involved before you have kids, which is very different than being selfish, in my opinion, because why wouldn't you be? If you could go back and talk to yourself, you could have never conveyed to yourself that like the way you will feel emotionally, you're going to be happy to do those things that you think you don't want to do. You're going to be happy. You're going to do it with joy.
Wow. I mean, with joy, you're going a little far from me. Huh? I'm not, sorry, I'm not picking his boogies with joy.
No,
I'm not singing the kids song with joy. You cannot explain to someone what they're going to feel when duty calls, you know, when duty calls and you're like, this is what I'm called to do and I'm going to do it. And you don't even ask yourself the question. You're just doing it.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's no joy. There's no sadness. It's, you know what I mean? You just fucking do it because that's what you have to do.
But you can't explain what it feels like to someone to have your kid look at you and smile.
Until they're, you know, in it, like there's no way you can help them portray it or convince them. I don't think.
Do you love me more now at 2 years postpartum?
Absolutely. I wanted to make a bad joke and say, when did I ever love you? But like,
Wait,
absolutely,
what?
I wanted to make a bad joke.
What would be funny about that? You married someone you didn't love?
I don't know. Papers?
Oh my God. No one makes fun of the fact that Dimitri is an immigrant more than Dimitri.
Yes, I definitely love you more now, 2 years in, than I ever did before.
I think I just started to love you again.
That's
I
great.
just wanted you to know
I'm
that.
happy. I'm happy for you.
I'm
happy for me.
You should be. I really don't. I think I took a pause on loving Dimitri. I really think I did. I think like the last year I was indifferent. And it wasn't about you.
We had the conversation. It was about me though.
No, it wasn't exactly. It was just like too much going on. I think this is also common experience. That like you just get like icked out.
I think you're a person that does the most. You're a person that does the most, but then he's looking at other people that you're not leaving enough space to do things, and you're like, you're not doing anything.
It's
and
true.
I'm doing all of it.
That's actually my toxic trait, is that I'm like, no one's helping me, no one's helping me, no one's helping me.
You like, you know, you thought I was a little bit beneath you, or that I was not
I didn't think that.
Equal partner with you.
I just was annoyed with everyone. Okay, I'm going to show you so much self-awareness right now. This is my toxic trait. I am on fire, running around. Everyone is chasing me with glasses of water, buckets, hoses, and I'm holding a shot glass of water, pouring it on myself, being like, no one's helping me. That's me.
Wow.
That's
so accurate.
That's such self-awareness. That's so me.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you're saying that, though.
I do it because I have a very big issue with, number one, accepting help, because I don't like to inconvenience other people. Number two, I really believe that everybody else has too much going on, that it will send them over the edge if they take on any of my crap. And I also get so caught up sometimes in my dizzy little brain that like I have too many tabs open that I can't actually decide what's the most important thing. And then I just start fucking crashing out. And so when someone tries to help me, I'm biting their head off and keep saying, you can't understand, but not because I don't believe you don't understand, because I'm actually being eaten alive by the amount of responsibilities that I have. And it's not responsibilities that actually hold a physical value or like able to sift through. And this is essentially the mental load that is being a mom. But when I look at you and say I'm so stressed out, and you see just the fact that I have a little work to do that day, picking him up early, I have plans on Thursday, and my week is kind of full this week, you see it at a face value, where for me there's so much going on underneath the surface. And this is something where you will never fully understand what that's like. But at the same time, I know you have your own. And furthermore from that, I can't hold you responsible for that unless I can actually tell you what's going on. And I can't. And I work daily to accept the help that's being offered to me, because I think I'm really lucky that I have a lot of people around me to help. But I'm so sorry. There is just this part of me, ego, that does believe that I do things the right way. Like, I'm doing it right, though. And you know what? What's a little extra stress when it's going to be done right? And that's so fucked up. It's not fair, because you do things your way, and it is right, and it's not wrong, and it's neither here nor there whether one's right or wrong. It's just that sometimes there's stuff I can't let it go. And that's also been part of like our relationship changing. Talk about expectation versus reality. Like, there's been so many things I thought, because I always felt very taken care of by you, and like that you really paid attention to me, and you knew, like, I feel like you really knew me and were so encouraging of me as the person. Like, I felt like you were the person who knew me best out of everyone. And to this day, I still think that's true. I just think that you had to learn this new version of me. And like, she needs different things. She needs support in different ways. She needs more from you in other ways. Like, I think I always was very much... Don't you feel like our relationship was always kind of just like...
Don't you hold your hands?
Oh.
Right,
it was like very independent. Do you know what I mean?
It was
like,
super independent.
It was like we were there for each other, but we were independent. And I feel like I need more involvement from you now.
You you're more of a woman that you ever were. Sorry, it's the truth. I think you need more emotional support now than you did before.
Absolutely, but that's because there's so much more on my brain.
You also need, like, I don't feel like you ever questioned how much I appreciated you before.
Yeah.
I think you were a little bit what's the right word? Like, you were very sure of yourself, before. Very assertive, very strong.
Yeah, true.
And you knew your worth really well. And it's crazy because you've done and accomplished more in the last 2 years that you've ever done in our relationship before Jazz arrived.
True.
I've never seen you work that hard, never seen you sleep that little. You've done more in the last 2 years than you ever done before, and yet I feel like you need me to validate that more and like celebrate you more than I ever did. But also the flip side of that is that you need me to ask your permission much less than before. Where before I wouldn't even choose a fucking shirt before calling you, be like, hey, do you think that's a good one?
It's true.
I would go to a vintage store and I'd be like, I need to call Amanda. Amanda, do you think I should get that?
He would literally call me, he would call me and ask me should I eat this for lunch? He wasn't asking me in that way of, what do I eat for lunch? There's nothing here. He would call me and be like, should I have chicken or tacos for lunch? Like, he would ask me what I thought about literally everything. And I would say to you, why do you need me to be the deciding vote? Like, just eat what you want. And you were like, yeah. But then you would keep doing it. Like, I can't. I need to know what you think.
You were like my mama. Anyways, you need different things of me that are more
nurturing.
Yeah,
I don't think I needed you to nurture me before, and now I very much crave to be nurtured, but I think it's because I'm nurturing someone else all the time.
And also you're doing something new, so you don't really know how well you're doing. And
that's a big part of it.
If you value someone telling you how well you're doing, it will be your partner.
Yeah, of course. So I think it's there was a specific amount of nurturing I was able to give to myself before I became a mom that I really didn't need somebody else to fill. And now I feel like there's just a very minimal amount of pouring back into myself that I can do. Even though I found a good routine and I feel good, I feel like I take care of myself better and stuff. It's just not to the point that it was. So it's kind of like being fed by somebody else of you are doing a good job. Also, my biggest fear in life is to fuck up my kid. It just lives within me so deeply of that he's I'm going to do something wrong. And it's not been long enough, it's that whole theory of it's been 2 years. I don't know. I haven't seen any real results. I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not. I'm just trying really hard. So having that also from you, because I also think you're an amazing parent and I want to hear that from you and know that. And then there's also the other part of it, which I never needed that before, because everything that I did that I poured myself into before were businesses. I gave so much to my work, to my businesses, and I never fucking cared. I would always be I love doing this right now. If this business makes me money, if this works out in my favor, great. If it doesn't, blow it up and we move on to the next thing. Burn it, move on. And I did that. I've tried so many things and some stuff stuck and some things were successful. Some things weren't. That's just the way that I always kind of functioned. With this, I can't just walk away. I can't be you know what? It's not working. I'm not doing it. It's not aligned. Let's move on. It's you got to make it work. So I think that's also very different. And then what happened with the page and this business that's come out of that, it's I didn't set out to do it. It was supposed to be literally a hobby, a creative expression that was supposed to be something that got me through my pregnancy and then end. And it's taken on something else. And I've never walked into something without a plan.
I can very much relate to that. Because I remember just now, I just kind of clicked for me that aspect, and that aspect of owning a new business, for example, or starting a new business. So when I was in the music, and I felt when I was trying to call you, when I call you for every single thing.
Yeah, sure.
And I needed your validation of everything. Look how great this is.
Right.
It was because you start something new, and you're, nobody's gonna tell you how well you're doing. There are no metrics that allow you to
with creative ventures, there are no metrics. It
I get
also
it.
sucks
And
because
then on top of that, you're, like I said, you're raising a whole new being, and you know, you have people around you that tell you you're not doing things the right way. They didn't do it that way.
Yeah.
And like, you should do this and not do that. And you're like, you know, so what? Am I not enough? Am I not doing it right? And the only person that can actually tell you and will tell you that you're doing it right, if asked, in my case, I guess, is, I know I'm not the most.
If asked.
I know I'm not the most
if asked.
cheering person. Sometimes I know I think all these things, but I don't always like voice them out, you know.
You're not the kind of person who's going to be like standing there screaming, clapping. You show your support with your behaviors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not a words person. You're an actions person.
I'm not a good job, Jazz person, although I am now.
Like, ultimately love doing this with you.
I love doing this with you. I would do it again very soon.
Dimitri, do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? That's, he wants another baby.
Yeah.
You get pregnant this time. Yay! I can't wait. He wants to call himself fat so much. Stop beating yourself up. You look great.
No,
you look good. You do.
Thank you, though.
You're gonna you're gonna start your new job. You're gonna get back on your workout routine. You're gonna feel good. Anyway, I love doing this right now with our one child, with you. It's great times.
Me too.
Okay, cool. Yes.
This was great.
This is great. Look. I'm even going to give you what you want. Look. Oh. Appreciate you. Don't forget to stay seriously selfish, Dimitri.
And you.
Seriously selfish?
Seriously, stay selfish. Okay.
Stay selfish. Everybody stay selfish.
Yeah. And?
Go ahead.
Let us know. Let us know things that you thought you would never do as a parent, but that you do now.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Let us know in her comments. Just call us. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. There you go. Save, subscribe. Go ahead, do your thing.
And please do subscribe to our podcast. Don't be selfish on that one. Subscribe to this podcast, okay?
Love you. Stay seriously selfish. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.